Imagine navigating life with unwavering calm, clarity, and strength. What if the daily challenges that seem to overwhelm most people could instead be used to empower you? Welcome to a philosophy that has withstood the test of time, Stoicism. In this video, we will dive deep into 9 Stoic keys that can fundamentally change how you approach life, enabling you to outsmart everyone else, not through manipulation or tricks, but by mastering yourself. What will you gain by watching this video to the end? You will uncover timeless Stoic wisdom that empowers you to turn obstacles into opportunities, stay focused amid chaos, and cultivate inner peace. Each Stoic key we explore will help you strengthen your character, sharpen your thinking, and make you resilient in the face of adversity. Whether you're dealing with stress at work, navigating complex relationships, or pursuing personal goals, these principles will give you the tools to outsmart not just others, but your own worst impulses. Stay with us, and by the end of this video, you will be armed with the Stoic philosophy that has guided some of the greatest minds in history. Now, let's begin our journey with the first key. 1. Guard your weaknesses. What is true strength? Is it the ability to showcase all parts of yourself, or is it about knowing when to be silent, when to protect your vulnerabilities? Stoicism teaches us that while acknowledging our flaws is essential for growth, revealing our weaknesses to the world is like removing the armor that shields us from harm. Have you ever wondered how often we leave ourselves exposed by sharing too much? The Stoics believed that while flaws, those imperfections in our character, can and should be worked on, our weaknesses are vulnerabilities that can be exploited. These weaknesses are like cracks in a fortress, easily taken advantage of by others if we're not careful. Think about it. How often have you opened up to someone about something deeply personal, only to later feel that your openness was used against you, whether intentionally or not? Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, cautioned against such exposures, comparing a person who reveals their weaknesses to a city without walls. In our lives, these walls represent our inner defenses, our ability to control what others know about us and how they perceive us. Sharing our vulnerabilities too freely may lead others to either exploit them or, more subtly, to change the way they treat us, sometimes in ways we never intended. So, how do you protect yourself while still growing? The answer lies in silent strength. Rather than broadcasting your weaknesses or mistakes, Stoicism advises that you quietly work on them. Imagine developing ways to handle stress without announcing to the world that you struggle with it. You create an inner strength, an unseen resilience that others cannot penetrate. When faced with adversity, the person who has learned to guard their weaknesses stands firm, confident that no one can use their vulnerability against them. Have you identified the areas in your life where you might be giving away too much of yourself? The next time you're tempted to share a weakness, whether it's a personal flaw, a moment of doubt, or a sensitive part of your life, pause and reflect. Is it necessary? Will it help you grow, or will it leave you more exposed? By choosing discretion, you begin to outsmart not just others, but your own impulses to seek external comfort in the wrong places. As we move forward, keep this in mind. True strength is not only about what we show the world, but also about what we choose to keep within. And this leads us naturally to the next Stoic key, one closely related but with a different flavor of wisdom: how we speak of our achievements. 2. Don't talk about your achievements. When you accomplish something great, do you feel an urge to tell the world? Perhaps you've worked tirelessly on a project, achieved a personal goal, or received recognition for your efforts. It's natural to want to share these moments, but Stoicism offers a different perspective. True fulfillment comes from within, not from external validation. Why do we feel the need to boast about our achievements? Is it because we seek approval? or because we want others to recognize our efforts. The Stoics teach us that boasting can lead to arrogance, complacency, and resentment from others. Have you ever noticed how, after sharing your success, some people might respond with jealousy or undermine your accomplishment? This is why Stoicism encourages us to let our actions speak for themselves. Epictetus, another prominent Stoic philosopher, advised, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." In other words, don't waste time talking about what you've done or what you believe in. Live it through your actions. Imagine a gardener who spends years cultivating a beautiful garden. They don't need to shout from the rooftops about their hard work. The vibrant flowers, the lush greenery, and the harvest speak for themselves. In much the same way, your work ethic, your dedication, and your contributions to the world are the true testimony to your efforts. There's no need to announce it. Furthermore, by avoiding the temptation to boast, you create space for humility to flourish. Humility is not about denying your success or pretending your achievements don't matter. Rather, it's about maintaining perspective. Success, like failure, is fleeting. What truly matters is the continuous pursuit of self-improvement and the dedication to becoming the best version of yourself, regardless of recognition. In today's social media-driven world, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation. We share our wins online, hoping for likes, comments, and approval from others. But does this external recognition provide lasting satisfaction? Or does it create an endless cycle where we crave more validation after every success? Stoicism teaches us that the only recognition we need is our own. By focusing on the process rather than the outcome, we cultivate true inner fulfillment. Now, let's reflect. The next time you achieve something meaningful, resist the urge to seek validation. Instead, appreciate your hard work quietly, acknowledge your growth internally, and then move on to the next challenge. Let your achievements speak through your continued actions, and let your humility guide you. Before we continue to the next Stoic key, take a moment to think about the value of silence and inner fulfillment. How often do we seek external applause when the real reward is found in our own quiet satisfaction? And this brings us to the third key, one that explores the immense power in remaining silent about the future. 3. Keep your plans a mystery. We've all experienced the excitement of setting new goals or making big plans. It's tempting to share these aspirations with others, hoping for encouragement or support. But Stoicism urges us to pause and reconsider. Does sharing your plans help you achieve them, or does it create unnecessary pressure? Stoics believed that the future is uncertain, and by talking too much about your plans, you risk distracting yourself from the actions needed to bring them to life. Epictetus, in his wisdom, said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." The Stoics emphasized action over words. Instead of boasting about what you plan to achieve, focus on the concrete steps that will get you there. But why should we keep our plans secret? There are several reasons why Stoicism encourages us to practice discretion. First, it helps protect your focus. Have you ever noticed that when you share your goals, people often give you unsolicited advice, opinions, or even doubts? These external influences can create unnecessary noise, clouding your judgment and making it harder to concentrate on what truly matters. By keeping your plans to yourself, you protect your mental clarity and stay focused on your own vision. Secondly, there is a psychological phenomenon at play. When you announce your goals, it can trick your brain into feeling a sense of accomplishment even before you've done the work. This can lead to complacency and a loss of motivation. In contrast, when you keep your plans private, you stay hungry and driven, determined to achieve them without the false satisfaction of having talked about them too soon. Finally, keeping your plans a mystery fosters self-reliance. Stoicism teaches that relying too much on external validation or support can weaken our resolve. By holding your cards close to your chest, you learn to trust your own judgment and take full ownership of your journey. You develop the resilience to navigate setbacks on your own terms without the pressure of others watching your every move. So, the next time you feel the urge to share your big plans with the world, take a step back. Ask yourself, will talking about this help me achieve my goal? Or will it create distractions? Will it empower me to keep moving forward? Or will it lead to premature satisfaction? By keeping your next steps to yourself, you cultivate the strategic silence that Stoicism teaches, and you give your dreams the space to grow free from the expectations of others. Before we move on, let's make a pact to protect our plans with silence, nurturing them with action rather than words. In doing so, we unlock a quiet, focused strength that few can match. And if you've made it this far into the video, now is the time to ask yourself, have you discovered the value in Stoicism's emphasis on silence? Let us know in the comments below. What plans will you keep secret until they're ready to be revealed? Now that we've explored the value of silent plans, it's time to shift our focus to another form of discretion, one that involves guarding our most personal thoughts. 4. Don't reveal your secrets. What happens when we reveal too much of ourselves to others? Do we feel exposed, vulnerable, or perhaps even regretful? Stoicism teaches that our inner world, our thoughts, dreams, and vulnerabilities are sacred and should be treated as such. Not everything we think or feel needs to be shared, and not everyone we encounter is worthy of knowing our deepest secrets. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, wisely advised, "If you want to keep a secret, keep it to yourself." This doesn't mean closing yourself off from others completely, but rather practicing the art of discretion. Have you ever shared something personal with someone, only to have it misunderstood or used against you later? Stoicism encourages us to be mindful of whom we trust with our thoughts and vulnerabilities. After all, not everyone has our best interests at heart. Think of your personal secrets as a treasure. Do you scatter your treasure around carelessly, or do you guard it and share it only with those who have proven their trustworthiness? In a world where oversharing is common, Stoicism offers a refreshing reminder. We have the power to choose what we reveal and to whom. Protecting our inner world is a way of cultivating self-respect and maintaining control over our lives. Another key aspect of Stoicism is the concept of self-control. The next time you're tempted to reveal a personal secret or a deep thought, pause. Ask yourself, will sharing this serve me, or will it leave me exposed? As we move forward, reflect on how often you reveal parts of yourself to others. Could you benefit from holding back and guarding your inner sanctuary? This brings us to the next Stoic key, one that builds on the concept of humility, not just in what we share, but in how we carry ourselves through our deeds. 5. Don't talk about your good deeds. We've all done good things for others. Maybe you've helped a friend in need, volunteered for a charitable cause, or performed a random act of kindness. But here's a question. Why do we feel the need to tell others about our good deeds? Is it to inspire them, or is it perhaps to receive praise? Stoicism teaches us that true virtue lies in doing good for its own sake, not for recognition or applause. Seneca once said, "The reward for a good deed is to have done it." What does this mean? Simply put, the act of kindness itself is the reward. When you perform a good deed, the joy and satisfaction that come from helping others should be enough. Seeking external validation only diminishes the purity of the act. Stoicism urges us to find fulfillment in the action, not in the approval or recognition that may follow. Think of a flowing river. quietly nourishing the plants and animals that depend on it. The river does not announce its good deeds, yet its impact is undeniable. In the same way, when we act with kindness and generosity without seeking acknowledgement, we embody the Stoic ideal of selflessness. Have you ever helped someone anonymously? If so, you know the deep sense of satisfaction that comes from knowing you've made a positive difference without expecting anything in return. In today's world, where social media often highlights our charitable acts and good deeds, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation through likes and comments. But Stoicism teaches us that true virtue is found in our inner motivation. When you do good quietly, without drawing attention to yourself, you not only practice humility, but also cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment. The next time you perform a good deed, resist the urge to broadcast it. Instead, savor the quiet satisfaction. With this reflection in mind, let's move to a related Stoic key, one that explores how we manage our relationships and the words we choose to speak about others. 6. Don't talk about others. How often do we find ourselves caught up in conversations about other people's lives, actions, or flaws? Whether it's in the workplace, among friends, or on social media, gossip has a way of drawing us in. But Stoicism teaches us a valuable lesson. Our energy is best spent on self-improvement, not on idle chatter about others. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." In other words, instead of focusing on the shortcomings or actions of others, turn your attention inward. Have you ever found yourself judging or criticizing someone else, only to realize that you could use that time and energy to improve your own life? The Stoics understood that gossip is not only a waste of time, but also harmful. It spreads negativity, damages reputations, and creates unnecessary conflict. More importantly, it distracts us from our own growth. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate self-awareness and to focus on living virtuously rather than pointing fingers at others. By turning your attention inward, you become a force of positive influence, both in your own life and in the lives of those around you. Think about it this way: every minute you spend discussing someone else's flaws is a minute you're not spending improving yourself. How would your life change if you redirected that energy toward your own personal growth and goals? Imagine a workplace where everyone focused on lifting each other up instead of tearing others down. Wouldn't it be a more positive, productive, and fulfilling environment? The next time you're tempted to engage in gossip, pause and reflect. Is this conversation helping me become a better person? By choosing to rise above gossip and negativity, you practice the Stoic path of self-discipline and integrity. Not only do you preserve your inner peace, but you also create a ripple effect of positivity for those around you. As we continue, think about how your words affect both yourself and others. The power of speech is immense, and by controlling how we use it, we strengthen our character. This leads us naturally to the next Stoic key, one that focuses on how we face and overcome life's challenges. 7. Don't talk about challenges. We all face difficulties in life, from minor inconveniences to major hardships. But how often do we find ourselves talking about these challenges, whether to vent or to seek sympathy? Stoicism teaches us that true strength doesn't lie in sharing our struggles with others, but in facing them head-on with courage and quiet resilience. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This Stoic insight reminds us that challenges are not obstacles to be complained about. They are opportunities for growth. Every obstacle is a chance to become stronger, more resourceful, and more resilient. But how do we approach life with this mindset, especially when things seem overwhelming? Stoicism advises us to focus on what we can control and to let go of what we cannot. Complaining about a difficult situation or sharing your struggles with others might provide temporary relief, but does it change the situation? More importantly, does it make you stronger? Have you ever noticed that when you vent about a challenge, it often makes the problem seem even bigger? By talking about your challenges, you give them more power over you. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to embrace quiet strength. Rather than complaining or seeking sympathy, take action. If the challenge is something within your control, break it down into smaller tasks and start working on a solution. If it's beyond your control, focus on managing your response to it. This approach not only makes you more effective at overcoming obstacles, but it also builds inner peace. When you stop dwelling on your problems and start addressing them, you'll find that many of life's challenges become more manageable. The next time you're faced with a difficult situation, resist the urge to complain. Ask yourself, what can I do to overcome this? Instead of talking about the challenge, take action to conquer it. By doing so, you cultivate a mindset of resilience and self-reliance, which is the essence of Stoicism. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become the master of your own destiny. Now, let's transition to the next Stoic key, one that teaches us the power of staying silent when it comes to the lives of others. In a world where gossip and judgment are so prevalent, Stoicism offers a different path. 8. Protect your dreams. We all have dreams, aspirations, and goals that we hold dear. But how often do we share these dreams with others, hoping for encouragement or approval? Stoicism teaches us that our dreams are precious and should be guarded carefully. Sharing them too early can expose them to doubt, negativity, and even ridicule. Have you ever shared a dream with someone only to be met with skepticism or unsolicited advice? Did their reaction cause you to question yourself or lose motivation? The Stoics understood that dreams are fragile when they're in their early stages. They need time to grow, to evolve, and to take root in the fertile soil of our minds. By keeping your dreams private, you protect them from external influences that could derail your progress. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, wrote, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." This reminds us that while it's important to have dreams, we must also remain grounded in the present. Instead of getting lost in the fantasy of the future or seeking validation for our dreams, we should focus on the actions we can take today to move closer to them. In Stoicism, it's not enough to dream. You must act with purpose and determination. By keeping your dreams to yourself, you stay connected to your intrinsic motivation. You're no longer influenced by what others think or expect of you. Your motivation comes from within, not from external validation. This keeps you focused, driven, and resilient in the face of challenges. The next time you feel excited about a dream or goal, pause before sharing it. Ask yourself, will sharing this help me achieve it, or will it create distractions? By keeping your dreams close to your heart, you allow them to grow without interference. You cultivate a sense of self-reliance and protect the purity of your aspirations. Let's now move on to a final, deeply reflective Stoic key: the immense value of solitude. In a world where we are constantly connected, Stoicism teaches us the profound benefits of spending time alone. 9. Embrace the power of solitude. In today's hyper-connected world, solitude is often misunderstood. We're encouraged to stay connected, to be social, and to avoid being alone. But Stoicism offers a different perspective. Solitude is not loneliness. It is a powerful tool for self-reflection, clarity, and inner strength. Seneca beautifully expressed the value of solitude when he said, "Loneliness is the poverty of self. Solitude is the richness of self." What does this mean? When we're alone, without distractions, we have the space to connect deeply with our thoughts, to reflect on our values, and to confront our fears. This is where true self-discovery happens. Solitude gives us the opportunity to nurture our inner world and to cultivate the self-reliance that Stoicism so strongly emphasizes. But how often do we truly spend time alone? And when we do we allow ourselves to sit in silence? Or do we fill the space with distractions like our phones, social media, or television? The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes from these moments of quiet contemplation. By spending time alone, we learn to rely on ourselves for comfort, guidance, and inspiration. This solitude strengthens us and prepares us to face the challenges of the outside world with greater clarity and resilience. Have you ever gone for a walk in nature, allowing your mind to wander without the distraction of technology or other people? In these moments, you might have noticed how your thoughts become clearer, how solutions to problems suddenly appear, or how you feel a deeper connection to yourself. This is the power of solitude that Stoicism celebrates. The next time you feel overwhelmed or disconnected, embrace solitude. Take time to sit in silence, meditate, or simply reflect on your life. Solitude is a sanctuary for the mind, a place where you can recharge and realign with your purpose. By making solitude a regular practice, you'll find that you become more centered, more confident, and more in tune with your inner wisdom. As we conclude this journey through the 9 Stoic keys, remember that Stoicism is not about grand gestures or external validation. It's about cultivating quiet strength, focusing on what you can control, and finding peace in simplicity. By applying these Stoic principles, you will not only outsmart others, but, more importantly, outsmart your own impulses and emotions. By now, you've gained insight into 9 powerful Stoic keys that can help you navigate life with wisdom and resilience. Whether it's guarding your weaknesses, practicing humility in your achievements, protecting your dreams, or embracing solitude, these principles will transform how you approach challenges and interact with the world. Stoicism isn't about controlling others, it's about mastering yourself. If you found value in these Stoic teachings, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on how you can apply them to your daily life. How will you protect your inner world? How will you cultivate silence and strength in the face of adversity? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share which Stoic key resonates with you the most. And if you haven't already, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. Thank you for watching, and remember, true strength comes from within. Stay focused, stay resilient, and let Stoicism guide you to a life of wisdom, peace, and fulfillment.